I'm working on this 1957 Bolens Ride-a-Matic tractor. In the last video, I got the variable speed drive working and properly adjusted. But when I put the chain on, I found I couldn't push it like I should be able to. That means there's something not working in these hubs. This design was used on two-wheel walk-behind tractors. When the axle's driving the wheel, the locking pawls come out and grab the teeth on the inside of the hub. But when the axle's not turning, the locking pawls are supposed to release from the teeth in the hub, so you'd be able to push it. There's the teeth on the inside of the hub. That part there don't look right. I rotated the axle to get this on top. It looks like the original part that would toggle back and forth on the pin was replaced by a steel block that's big enough that it can't toggle. The corners here have been filed to fit into the teeth of the hub, so that's why it don't roll. It's effectively a straight axle with no differential. The original part would have toggled back and forth, and one end was used for forward and the other end was used for reverse. When it wasn't driving, it'd be in the middle so it wasn't touching and you could push it. I'm going to wipe off all this grease so I can see how it was done. That looks like bandsaw marks, or maybe hacksaw marks. Definitely a handmade part. It looks like those pins press into place, so I don't see any set screws. I have the other side apart and cleaned up, and it looks about the same. It looks like this one might have a hole for a spring pin. I'll have to clean that out and see. The block's a little bit different because they're handmade parts. Well, I decided I'm not going to fix this. With those paw fingers missing, I'd have to find out what shape they should be and make them. My goal with this tractor was to get it running and driving, and I think it'll do that now, so I'm going to put it together and drive it. There's enough clean grease in here to put on these parts. Nothing really moves in there, so I don't think that extra glob of grease does any good. The snap ring that was on there was too small, and somebody stretched it out to fit. So I have one the right size here that I'm going to use. I have this put back together and the chain back on. This is where it was before I got sidetracked taking the rear end apart to see why I couldn't push it. If you want to see me putting the chain on, I showed it at the end of the previous video. So now I'm going to start putting everything back on it, starting with this chain guard. This washer's too big. I'm going to get a smaller one. And I want two of them because both the parts I'm bolting together have slots in them. So I want a flat washer on each side. Always use a flat washer if you got a slot. This is an early carburetor. The choke lever works backwards for most of them. Once the air cleaner's on there, you can't tell which way is choked. So I'm going to put an arrow on here with a marker. The bottom of the air cleaner is two parts. The dirt settles in the bottom part, so that's what this is. I'll clean that out. On this other part, that line there is the oil level mark. I use regular engine oil in these. This carriage bolt head sticking out here makes it look like something's missing. I've had 3 tractors like this and they were all that way. And there's a reason it's like that. This here's the brake pedal, and that's the parking brake. When you adjust the brake linkage, you adjust it so this parking brake works, and it'll be within range to work as a regular brake too. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to turn the gas on. I raise the throttle slowly so the carb linkage just reaches full throttle position. I'm going to turn the choke all the way on. It hadn't been run for multiple days now. I'm gonna let it warm up till it'll run without the choke on. Well, it all works okay. I think I can claim it runs and drives now. That was the goal when I started this project. Here's what it looked like when I got it out of the garage. You know, you leave stuff sit around for 15 years and it takes a little bit to get them going again. Alright, that's it.